your arms back, please, behind you. You're just going to kind of run yourself long front to back, a little reach through the arms, a little reach through the legs, a little reach through the middle of you, and along through the sides of the waist, and through the tail. And then exhale, knees into your chest, please. Give yourself a hug around your knees, and roll yourself around over, please, side to side, and back and forth. Around and around in circles, basically in whatever way feels nice for you in your spine. And everybody, place your feet flat on the mat. Lift your hips up off the floor, clasp your hands together underneath you. Run your arms long towards your heels, and then kind of roll your shoulders under you like you're trying to touch your shoulders together. And then firm your feet. Please, everybody, lift your heart up and back like your heart is trying to touch your chin in bridge pose. Try to keep your inner thighs hugging lightly inward, just so your thighs stay parallel to each other. They'll tend to fall out. Yeah, otherwise. And then by one last big inhale, lifting that heart up and back, like big and open to the chest. And then exhale gently back down to the mat. Sway your knees side to side a few times, please. And then everybody bring your knees into your chest, please. And again, give them a little hug. Left arm is going to reach out wide to the left side. Right hand will carry your knees over to the right. Yeah, you'll probably feel more comfortable if you shift your hips a little bit to the left, an inch or two. That tends to align your spine a little bit more comfortably for the twist. Yeah, only go as far as feels good for you. Definitely leave room to breathe. When you're really breathing fully, you'll feel your body kind of expand and release in the posture. Yeah, leave room for that to happen. Leave room for the posture to kind of come to you a little bit. And then everybody inhale, knees back into the heart. Give them a little squeeze, and then take it the other way. Right arm is going to reach wide out to the right. Left hand will carry the knees over to the left. You can look out over the right fingers. Close your eyes. Run your breath along your spine. Until it starts to feel really nice. While you're looking for release space, what a great feeling it is to have space. Letting your knees back into your heart. Give your knees another big squeeze. Everybody take a little happy baby. Catch your feet. Position your feet over your knees. Excuse me. Pull gently on the feet. As if you're going to try to touch your knees to the ground under your armpits. But don't get competitive about it. If you've ever seen a baby actually do that, they're deciding not competitive. Yeah, they're mostly just like checking it out. What are these things? They're attached to me. Sense of wonder, a little bit. Curiosity. Let's bring your knees back into your heart, please, everybody. Roll yourself front to back along your spine a eventually going to come up to seated please. Any cross-legged position that's comfortable for you is cool with me. If you find that sitting on the floor is not terribly comfortable, you want to lay a bolster or a block or something like that under your seat, welcome to do that. You're going to take your right hand, everybody place it on your left knee. And have your left fingers on the ground behind you. Inhale yourself a tall spine. See if you can sort of lift your spine from the bottom up. And as you exhale the twist, start to turn your spine to the left. Also from the bottom of the waist and then ribs and then shoulders. And then maybe even looking over your shoulder to the wall behind. Try to stay on your fingertips if you can. Just because once you put your hand out, you tend to lean on it. You want to try to more so stay tall with gentle action of your waist muscles. Keep your twist, everybody. Reach your left arm up to the sky. Find a little length all the way from your left sit bone to your top fingertips. And then take all this length and reach it to the front right corner of the room. So you do a side bend. You can look up to the sky inside your armpit. Now I'll cheat your heart up a little bit and tend to fall down. Take a little more big inhale here. Reach in with the next thing across your left arm to your right arm. And left hand goes on the right knee. And then your arms cross. See if you can keep the cross your arms really high and right biceps. Then you're going to wrap your arms up so as best as you can. If it's really tough, you can catch your shoulders. You're hugging yourself. And then see if you can pull your heart back just a little bit. So you feel your shoulder blades spread really wide in your upper back. Take a couple breaths. If anybody's very comfortable and you want to fold forward and walk up to it, fold just a little bit and go all the way to the ground. It's not up to you. It's up to your lower back. So I want to listen to what it has to say. Excuse me. You will find that you get a lot more out of your body if you aim to make friends with it, rather than just make demands of it. So be nice to it. Expect growth. God. Inhale, everybody. A little drop forward, a little back. Okay, come all the way up. Release your arms, give your shoulders a little over. Take your arms out in front. Let go pose just for a couple of breaths. Try to squeeze your thighs together. Yeah. Even if that means you drop your feet a little bit. Ultimately, you want to lift your thighs anyway, rather than your neck. Lifting your feet will give you strong quads. Strong quads. But if you're aiming for the core thighs, yeah, maybe you have to go up any further. Just kind of effort creates the strength. Take one more now to lift the thighs and lift your spine as well. The exhale, recross your legs the opposite way that you had before. If you don't remember, just do what's natural and then do the other side. And then everybody left hand on the right knee. There's no ground behind you. Inhale, nice lifting spine from the bottom up. And then exhale, a gentle twist through the spine from the bottom up. Once you're in the posture, see if you can sort of recognize where in your body you have the most resistance. And then put your breath in that space. Couple big breaths. Inhale will carry in expansion, and the exhale will carry out tension. And you can really feel it, how it comes to you a little bit at a time. Keep the twist, everybody. Right arm up to the nice and long through the right side. And then exhale, you'll have a lean please. Reaching for the front left corner of the room. Trying to keep the sense of extension through the side body. Last big inhale here. With an exhale, please, so take your right hand. Try to cross the arms up high on the biceps and take this line through the shoulders. Spreading across the upper back. Nice tall spine. Keep it rolling. And folding to your own degree, which feels like 0 degrees. That's tall. Might be a little.
Penny, come down here. Penny.
There's no right or wrong.
Penny.
You just want to make sure that wherever you find yourself, you're still breathing. Inhale, drop forward from your back. Come on back up. Release your arms, give them again a little shake. From here, you find your way on your hands and knees. Everybody can just crawl over. You can swing your legs around, whatever works. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. And if you inhale, cow pose, everybody drop your belly, your heart, arch your spine. Exhale, cat, round over. Get really tall in the armpits, really tall in the front hip points. Inhale, cow, arch. Exhale, cat, round. Inhale, arching. And exhale, round. Here. Good. And next thing now, you walk your hands all the way forward, forward, forward. So far out that you can kind of melt your head to the ground, put your forehead on your back, and then really let your heart sink. Probably won't touch down, but let it hang down. You get this really nice stretch through the shoulder joint. You get a nice little back bend. Right? You really feel a cute arch behind your heart. Big breaths. Really once more. Put your hands in prayer. Keep your elbows on the floor. Bring your hands behind your head. And everybody, a little reach up and back the hips, just like down dog. And then exhale back up onto your hands and knees. Take a little more time with your spine in whatever way it works for you. You can go back to cow and cat. Or you just start to kind of wiggle around in whatever way it works for you, whatever feels good for you. Try to look for all of your spine. Certain parts of it move a lot easier than other parts. If any parts are sensitive to you, you still want to move those, but you just want to be gentle, super gentle. Just want to feel all. It's the only way you speed yourself. It's not moving. And everybody down dog when you're ready. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Yeah, a couple big breaths in down dog. Feel free to bend your knees as much as you need to be able to really pull your hips up and back. Yeah, and your weight should feel balanced, right? Kind of equal over your hands and feet. If your down dog feels a lot like a push-up, yeah, then you definitely want to bend your knees, right? And you can shift your weight back even more. Good. It's a fine position down dog. Let's walk your hands back to your feet, everybody, in a forward fold at the very back of the mat. Standing forward fold. And taking it down, pull your spine forward until your back is really long and flat. And then exhale, fold back down to your toes. And just hang for a little bit. Yeah. Drop your head. Most importantly. Your head kind of leads the energy of your body. If your head is active, your body is active. Your head is alert, your body is alert. If your head is easy and chill, your body is easy and chill. That's why it's really hard to sleep sitting up. Because if you can't rest your head, it's really tough for the rest of your body to relax. Okay, right?
Penny!
Big difference. To really let go what nice feels. All that stuff in the back.
Penny! Come here, Penny.
Everybody bend your knees even deeper. And really slowly roll your spine up to standing, one vertebra at a time, stacking. You want to try to feel every single one on your way up. Yeah, until eventually you're standing tall. And once you're upright, you can give your neck a little roll. You can just go side to side. You can make half circles. You can make full circles. Whatever feels okay for your neck. And then everybody, hands in prayer, please interlace your fingers. Press your palms out in front of you, reach your arms up into the sky. Yeah. See if you can reach your arms up and notice that when your arms go up, your belly tends to go forward. You're going to draw your abdomen back, so you're still in a straight line. And then you're going to take a big inhale and just reach over to the left side first. Yeah. Try to keep a sense of length as you lean, right? So still reaching as you lean. Your right shoulder will tend to fall in front of you. Try to keep it back so you stay in the side bend. And then everybody inhale, please, coming back up tall to the top. And then exhale just over to the other side. Everybody now back to the middle. Draw your belly button back, reach your biceps back a little. See if you can lift your heart to the sky a little. And then exhale nice and easy, folding all the way back down to your toes. And inhale halfway up to the long spine. Exhale, walk all the way out into push-up position, into plank pose. Feel free to do it on your knees. If you want to keep it mellow. Yeah, just to feel that a little bit. Feel your core a little bit. Feel the shoulders, obviously. Put a little lift in your shins. That makes the whole thing a little lighter. And then exhale, down dog. Yeah, and feel down dog. Right? Distinctly different from plank pose. You can bend your knees if you need to. Find that feeling. Heart softening back a little bit toward the thighs, kind of like the healing version. Everybody digging out, reaching the hips back. Exhale forward again into plank. Just one inhale and plank. And then exhale, you're going to lower all the way down until you're all the way on the ground on your stomach. And interlace your fingers behind your back. If this is a little much, you can catch your elbows and you just run your arms by your sides. Lift your heart up off the floor. Try to be very particular about lifting your chest rather than lifting your face. Your head will come up.
Alexa, turn off the timer.
All the way along the spine, right, from the upper back down to your tailbone. Right? It should be kind, gentle stimulation. Right? Just kind of waking everything up, making sure it all works. Take one more inhale here, right? And then exhale, put yourself back down. Turn your head to one side, just release your arms to the ground, have a couple big breaths here. Self back down from the upper back. So try to lead with your heart rate. It ultimately doesn't matter how high you come up either. What you're looking for is a sense of stimulation in the muscles all the way along the spine, right? From the upper back down to your tailbone. Right? It should be kind, gentle stimulation. Right? Just kind of waking everything up, making sure it all works. Take one more inhale here. Right? And then exhale, put yourself back down. Turn your head to one side, just release your arms to the ground, have a couple big breaths here, please. And then everybody reach your arms out in front of you. Turn the palms to face each other so that the thumbs are pointing up to the sky. Inhale again, hard up off the floor. Right, again, it doesn't have to come up real high, just off the floor. And then let your arms come up off the floor. Try to make it feel like you're trying to plug your thumbs into the ceiling. And I know it's intense, but again, you don't have to go as much as you can, right? Just stimulate and find that space. Good, and then everybody, if your arms right now are in a cheerleading eye, you're gonna take them out into a Y. It's a little bit wider out, to a Y formation. Still lifting the thumbs, right? Strengthening all the muscles along your back. Good. From a Y, you're going to go to a W. You're going to kind of bend the elbows in a little bit towards the ribs. Keep lifting the thumbs. Good. Good. And then everybody, from here, you're going to bring your elbows in right against the sides of your body. Your forearms are kind of out to the sides, and you're going to continue to lift the thumbs. Keep breathing. I know this is kind of intense, but we're trying to like make up for all the slouching in like 1 minute, right? So that's why it's kind of intense for a minute. Yeah. One last inhale, everybody. Lift and then exhale. Put it down. Turn your head to the opposite side that you had before. And a couple breaths here. Everybody, hands in position to take cobra, please. Inhale, cobra, please. Just like the last two postures, right? Really try to lift with your heart. In theory, in cobra, you can let your hands move up on the floor and your chest would still be in the same place. In theory, right? In theory. Because your arm muscles aren't weak muscles, right? Your arms can do this, right? The upper back is the part that gets kind of weak, and we just want to strengthen that. Right? Even if you take up dog, we want to keep pulling forward with your heart. So you still feel those upper back muscles. And then exhale down dog, please. Big full breaths, everybody. Good. Big in everybody, pull the hips back, and then exhale, walk your feet up to the top of the mat between your palms. Yeah. Inhale, half lift, please, long spine, both feet up to the top. So exhale, fold back down. Drop your butt and bend your knees, do chair pose for a couple breaths, lifting your arms up high. You don't have to sit down very low, okay? Don't worry about lowness. But you want to feel like you're really going to sit. You want to feel your weight through the hips instead of in your knees. Yeah. And then how much you want to feel it is up to you. How low you go is up to you. Take it in now, lift the spine a little bit tall, kind of draw the lower belly up out of your thighs, and then exhale, forward fold, everybody. Good. Keep your feet about a foot apart. Clasp your hands together behind your back, please, everybody. Take it in now, half lift. And then exhale, fold forward, and let your arms reach very gently over your head. Yeah, for a lot of people, they don't get very far. It almost feels like you maybe move them an inch or two, and that's totally cool. Definitely don't try to reach them so far that it starts to squeeze your neck up, right? We're trying to kind of let tension out rather than put it in. Yeah, it's still mostly a forward fold, right? Mostly just a sense of surrender in your spine. Yeah, right, like you're melted. Then one last in, everybody reaching gently overhead. Exhale, release, please, your fingers back down the ground. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold and step your right foot all the way to the back of the mat and set up for crescent pose, high lunge. And whenever you're ready, crescent pose, please, high lunge.
Penny.
God damn it, stop!
Good. Try to balance your weight over both of your feet. Yeah, most people tend to lean forward in lunges. That's why they get tiring really quickly. Once you're balanced, right, you should feel a little more comfortable. You can kind of relax a little bit. Yeah, breathe a little bit. You want to be strong for sure. You try not to be stiff. Yeah, see if you can lift your heart a little bit. And then exhale, open up into warrior two, please. Spin your back foot flat. Good. Front knee and front toes should point directly forward to the front of the room. Good. And if that's tough for you, you can adjust by turning your back toes. The more you turn your back toes forward, the easier it is to keep your front knee pointing to the front. See if you can relax your hips a little bit. Right? Most of you could probably feel that your right side waist is kind of shorter because that back hip is riding up. I'm going to try to soften the back hip so that both sides of the waist feel pretty equally long. And then reverse. Right fingers on the right thigh, left arm up and back behind. See if you can keep softening that back hip as best as you can. You can almost think about the hips as a whole softening towards the front foot a little bit. Just a little bit. Big reach through the rib cage, right? You got 12 ribs on this side. You want to try to feel them all. And everybody exhale forward and down, fingers to the ground. Slide your back foot forward, maybe 6 inches or so. And then step your back foot to the right a couple inches as well. You're going to take your hips and draw them straight back until your front leg is about straight, in what's called pyramid pose. If you need to, you can walk your fingers up your front shin. You can use blocks for those support as well. Right. Otherwise, you want to kind of pull the hips back, keep them back so there's a little more weight on the back leg than the front leg. And we're going to take it in now and glance halfway up, square off the hips a little more. And then exhale, just fold over that front leg for a couple big breaths. It's a forward fold, right? Even though it's staggered legs, it's a forward fold just like any other forward fold. Just kind of surrender for a little while. The only difference with this one is we're going to keep a little tiny bit of energy pulling back through the hips, just a little bit. Good. Nice big breaths into that front hamstring or wherever you're feeling it, right? Wherever the resistance is. And one last in now, everybody pulling the hips back. Exhale, you're going to step forward, feet together at the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift, long spine, flat back. And then exhale, fold flat. Step your left foot, everybody, to the back of the mat. Now, left foot to the back. Setting up for crescent pose on side two. And whenever you're ready, crescent pose on side two. Please, your arms will go up. Torso will stand tall. Yeah, you want to take kind of your first couple breaths just to get your weight balanced. Yeah. Then you kind of soften a little bit. Ideally, the spine is growing upward, but it's also growing downward. Tailbone just kind of falling like. Yeah. Square the hips off to the front of the room as best as you can. Biceps will reach back, heart will lift up a little tall, almost like you're being lifted from your heart. And then exhale, open wide, warrior two. Front knee, front toes point forward. Ideally, the front knee is directly over the front heel. And then as you relax your hips, if you feel like you need more room, you can wiggle your back foot back a little more. And then that gives you room for the hips to settle. Good. You're going to see if you can lift your lower belly just a little bit. And then soften your front ribs just a little bit. So you have a gentle kind of firmness in your abdomen. And then in our reverse, left fingers on the left thigh. Right arm up and back behind. Good. Reaching up through the right side of you. Softening through the hips of you. Breathing through the most of you. In through your nose and back out through your nose. Last, begin out by reaching back. Exhale, release. Forward and down, fingers to the ground. Slide your back foot forward about 6 inches, right? Step it a little wide to the left side. And then pull your hips straight back until your front leg is as straight as you can get it comfortably, right? Straight but short of locked. Short of locked. Right now, halfway up, square off the hips a little bit. And then exhale, fold for a little bit. About 5 breaths, about a minute. Keep the hips drawn back, right? Get more weight on the back leg than the front leg. You might have to climb your hands up. You find that, especially if you can really relax your spine, right, it tends to draw you forward, it tends to pull you forward. And you just want to try to keep your weight balanced on both of your feet, and the hips pulling back will do that for you. Beyond that, just breathe. Nearby, one more now, draw the hips back. Exhale, please step forward, feet together, top of the mat. Take your feet again, spread them about a foot apart. Slide your hands under your feet, please, Palahastasana. Ideally, you're stepping on your palms, your toes are all the way up on the creases of your wrists. You can bend your knees, right? Bend your knees as much as you need to get your hands under there. Let the back of your neck be wrinkle-free. Breathe yourself deeply. Let's release your hands out from under your feet, everybody. Taking it out, please rise all the way up tall. Sweep the arms up high. Exhale, let your hands fall to prayer, please. Inhale, arms will sweep back up. Lift tall. Exhale, dive and fall all the way back down to your toes. Inhale, halfway, extend. Exhale, fold, step back. Lower down, chaturanga, through vinyasa. If you'd rather skip it and just step right back to dog, you're welcome to that as well. Yeah. separate your feet wide to the edges of the mat. Turn the toes out just a little bit. You're going to walk your hands back to your feet and take a deep squat. You're going to end up in a deep yogi squat at the back of the mat. Hands at the heart, thumb tips kind of plugging into the heart center. Good. If this is really tough for you and you want to release at any time, all you want to do is forward fold. Right? Take it in small doses. But otherwise, we just kick here for a few breaths. Let your tailbone hang. Let your heart rise. Drop your chin a little bit so the back of your neck can float really tall. Last big inhale here. Then exhale, hands back on the ground. He's going to walk back out into down dog legs. From down dog, everybody left leg floating up and back behind you. And exhale, please knee to chest, left shin to the top of the mat for pigeon pose, please. Yeah, you're going to lay your left shin across the front of the mat as best as you can. If you're like most people, including myself, actually getting your front shin parallel to the front edge of the mat is like near impossible. Likely the front knee heel is going to come in towards the groin a little bit. You do want to try to sit yourself up over your hips as best as you can. Try to make sure, though, that your front knee is not pointing straight forward. Try to get it at least just a little bit outside of the hip. Good. Walk your fingers back, lift your lower belly tall. Try to get a sense of length through the front of your right hip. And then exhale, walk yourself forward. Do it against the wall. You can put this foot against the wall and that one. And then you can just sit back and kind of relax down. Just like that. If you go away from the wall, it's less intense. It's more intense. That's your body control. You're welcome. You don't have to go low. Just gotta breathe. Take an inhale back up onto your hands. You're gonna lean a little bit to your left and right. Take your right leg and bring it around to the front. Right leg blend up, extend it out in front of you. You're going to place your left foot inside your right thigh. So it's like you're doing tree pose and sitting down. You want to try to turn your hips a little bit so you're facing your right leg as best as you can. You're going to pull your right pinky toe back so that the toes as a whole point up to the sky rather than rolling out. And you take your left arm, reach it up tall. Right? Kind of let the arm carry the weight a little bit. And then exhale, fold to your own degree. Left hand goes out to reach the toes. You don't have to get them. Right? Maybe the ankle works, the shin, whatever you can get. You do want to put your hand down somewhere so you can relax your arm and let your arm kind of pull you forward gently. Yeah. A couple big breaths. If you're comfortable, think about more reaching out rather than pushing down. Kidneys towards toes instead of head to shin.
Honey.
And by last inhale, reaching the low back forward. And come on back up to the top. Let the legs out in front of you, use a little shape. And then one way or another, hands and knees. Step back to down dog, please. From down dog, everybody, right leg is going to float up and back behind you. And then exhale, bring your right shin up to the top of the mat. Now, I'll take pigeon on side 2. Right shin all the way up to the top of the mat. Yeah, take your time setting it up, right? Front leg. And then back leg is going to pull straight back. Walk the hands back. And find a little lift out of the low belly that creates some length through the psoas, right? Hip flexor. It's a funny little muscle. They can get really, really angry. You just want to give it a little time, and a little love, and a little breath. Right? Last big inhale, a little length, exhale, put it down to your own degree. Leave yourself some room to kind of sink, right? Kind of sinking gently, little by little by little. Find a way to rest your head. If not on the mat, you can fold your arms like a little pillow. Yeah, or make a little towel with your fists, or use a block. But yeah, you'll be able to relax so much better if your head is empty.
Alexa, turn off the timer.
intense it gets, the more intense your breath should get. Yeah. And if it's still too intense, then just back off a little. Once in and out of back up on the hand. Lean to the right, bring the left leg around to the front. Right foot inside the left thigh. Left pinky toe pulling back. Right arm up into the sky. And then exhale, folding out. And so forward fold, right? As opposed to a downward fold. Keep a sense of length to it. The classic recommendation on how far you should go is firm and pleasant. That's what's in the Yoga Sutras. You want to find a balance between firm and pleasant. And the kind of energy that comes to mind for me when I hear that is the energy of like a hug or a handshake, right? You definitely want to mean it, but it's got to still kind of be warm. There's some love in it. Everybody, a little jaw forward, please, from your low back, lengthening out, coming back up to the top. You can let your right leg out in front, give it a little shake. And everybody, lay yourself back on your back. Bring your knees into your chest, everybody, give yourself a hug. Roll yourself around. Take your legs up into the sky, please. You're going to lay on your back here for a little bit, just with your legs up. If you want to take plow, you're welcome to plow. You can take your legs over your head, just put the floor behind you. If you have any kind of neck stuff you don't want to plow, you should stay here. Yeah, another option is if you have a block handy, you can take a block and just slide it under your sacrum, your legs go up into the floor without having to fully invert. Yeah. We just want to bring our legs over our hearts for a little while, a couple breaths. Now reverse the normal pull of gravity on your circulation system for a minute. And then everybody can find your way back down. Please take your time, just like you came up, no rush. Once your lower back is back on the ground, you're going to bring your knees in your chest. Give yourself another big hug, please. And everybody, left knee stays in the chest, right leg's going to go down to the ground out in front of you. We'll take your left arm, reach it out wide to the left side. Right hand will carry your knee across, left knee across the body. For leg supine twist. And left knee over to the right.
Penny!
I'm breathing, but it's so distracting.
Penny, come here!
There's only so far
Penny!
you can go from the outside, right, before your body
Penny!
pushing you down. And once you hit that point, where your body starts pushing back a little bit, you have to move from kind of mechanical movement to breath. Kind of breathing your way in, little by little. And now left knee back into your heart, everybody. Give your left knee a squeeze. Switch sides, please. Bring your right knee in. Let your left leg down to the floor in front. Right arm will reach wide out to the right. Your left hand will carry the knee across to the left. Close your eyes. Try and notice once you close your eyes, you're thinking a lot less about what you look like. Then you can pay attention to how you feel. And how you feel is going to lead you into much better spaces in your body and abstract ideas of what the posture is supposed to be physically. Everybody now, right knee placed back in your heart. Give the right knee a nice big hug. Bring the left knee please back in. Give them both a big hug. Roll yourself around a little bit. And then wrap yourself up in a little cannonball. Facing the knees, chest and the thighs. Arms wrapped around the shins really tight. And then take everything you got and squeeze yourself. Kind of squeeze your bathroom muscles, your face, your abs, your inner thighs. Squeeze everything, your face. And then exhale, put it down in Shavasana. And let go of it.